has any ideas right now, be more than happy to consider them, or we can do this by email. Your call. Oh, we have a question from Tony.
Well, it's not exactly a question, Andy. I just thought it might be helpful to the gentleman from Ohio and to everybody if you pointed out from the delivery side how we can put something into more than one community and how and where the majority of our content lies.
Okay, that's an interesting question, or an interesting point. So Tony is involved with the website. He is actually one of the two students here that adds nodes on a fairly consistent basis. Okay, but the first point is that when we go out and we find a paper or an event, whatever it is, we're able to post that across communities. So it doesn't have to just belong to whatever community, bioinformatics. It can also belong to the Argentina community because it's taking place in Argentina, and it could belong to whatever else. So we're able to post these in whatever communities are most appropriate. And then the areas where we have, the number one area where we have the most is in general topics. And that's just a place where we put general discussions, general papers about GPU computing. I will say this, one interesting point, and then Tony, I guess I'm going to come back to you to make sure I've said exactly what you were thinking of. But one interesting point is something that's happened is as we've gone out to find papers, we find papers that don't really fit. We don't have the community yet, and we don't want to get rid of them, so they've been stuffed into the general community. And what I'm doing now is I've realized that's really a mistake, and we're in the process of creating communities, whether they have leadership or not. Because if we have the content, we need to organize it. So we're beginning to move things into communities, even if we don't have a leader. And then, of course, if you find one of those communities and want to give some leadership, jump right in. Now, Tony, was there something, I'm not sure I said exactly what you were thinking, so is there something more that you want to say?
That's pretty much exactly it. It's just, I just wanted to point out that when we plug something in across communities, it's very much like a tagging system, like you said, and the website isn't just a forum for people to communicate at all. We have a lot of those academic papers and the events, and we code snippets, even all sorts of things like that. So
that's an excellent point. Yeah, I didn't go into all the details of all the things that we have there. I will mention one more thing following up on Tony's comment is that the increased functionality in the search function that we've added is that we used to tag the papers. We used to put metadata and say these are the keywords. Now we actually are able to go into the papers and we create indexes. Whether those papers are maintained on site or we just have a link, either way, we're creating a dynamic index for all resources that are available. Any other questions, comments? Well, I just want to say, as one of the low-end organizers, it has been a pleasure organizing this event and working with you. Thank you very much.